What's going on YouTube? Sundeep M3 back again with another video. Hope you guys are enjoying the uploads, and as always be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more videos. In today's video, as you guys can see by the title and thumbnail, BMW of North America finally introduced the 2025 G90 M5 yesterday on June 25th, 2024. So in today's video, I'll go through my thoughts and opinions on it, if it's worth upgrading from a previous M5 like the F10 or F90 to this G90, or if you have a G80 M3, is it worth considering? And I believe they also updated the United Kingdom specs, so I'll go ahead and build and configure my vehicle as if I were to purchase it and show you guys what it would look like. As you guys can see, I got Beamer Post pulled up with the G90 M5. They've made an article about it. So let's go ahead and browse the pictures and give you this walkthrough of the specs. So as you guys can see right here, this is the 7th generation, newest M5 with a hybrid system, which is a first. On the left driver's side over here, you'll see a charging station port for it to charge the hybrid aspect. But it still is a V8 4.4 liter twin turbo that boasts 717 horsepower and 738 foot-pounds of torque. BMW usually likes to kind of underestimate their power, so it's at least that much, if not more. And then the 0 to 60 is 3.4 seconds, which is slower than the F90 was. That was, I believe, about 2.8 for the CS and about low 3s for the regular competition model. So this one has a base MSRP of almost 120,000. And with the destination and handling, you're a little over that. So it's the base price is slightly increased over the F90 was by a couple thousand, but as I'll show you guys, you do get some more feature standard with this G90 compared to the F90. So that might be something to consider when you're pricing and speccing it out, which we'll go through later. So as you guys can see, there's just a whole article. I'll link this as well in the description of today's video if you want to read through everything. Kind of goes through how the battery power works with the engine and kind of goes hand in hand. So I believe with just the hybrid system, you can get 40 to 50 miles, and then the rest of the range has to do with the motor. So they kind of go hand in hand, but we'll have to see more driving videos to determine if it's really worth the power and performance. So getting into the tech specs of the G90, the main concern that everyone seems to have is the weight. The curb weight, as we can see, is 5,390 pounds, more than 2 tons. I believe the F90 was kind of mid to high 4,000 pounds. So you're looking at least a 600 pound difference. So with that difference, you're probably wondering, does the hybrid system with the 700 and so forth horsepower and torque, does that offset it? We'll have to see more in driving videos. I've already seen a few on YouTube. They seem to be good, but honestly, you don't know until you drive it. It's already a boat, so having this much power and weight has to be a big change. So we'll have to look into the characteristics. So here's some more specs about the engine output and torque, horsepower. So they did do a different suspension system I've seen in the videos with this double wishbone axle and adaptive suspension. So again, that might differ with handling and so forth. So the transmission is again the ZF 8-speed M Steptronic that we've seen in the F90 and the G80s and pretty much all of the new lineups as they've gone away from the DCTs. Now we'll walk through the photos and videos of the G90 and I'll go through what my thoughts and opinions are, and definitely comment down below if you agree or disagree with anything. So starting with the front quarter angle, you can see they have stopped the angel lights that are unique to the BMWs. Since the G80 and G82 LCIs, they kind of went for this one wishbone boomerang look, but now you could see there's two with 2 lights as well there. So something different. The rear is kind of sleek, more Mercedes-like I was saying in one of my previous videos. But I do like the styling. It's a little weird right here in the center where it's kind of the diffuser's cut into 2 pieces. And I've also read that the carbon exterior package no longer comes with the diffuser anymore. So that's a cost-cutting thing. And as well as the car is standardly opted with the glass sunroof. So if you want the carbon roof, you have to opt for the exterior carbon package as well, or separately, I think so. So making our way around, as you guys can see, it's still pretty aggressive with this kind of double diffuser look. You know, the parking sensors, the carbon exterior includes the mirror caps, and we can see we have the carbon ceramics and that gold look. So here's the hybrid charging port on the left driver's side if you're in the US. And we do have the door handle similar to the M2, where it's no longer a pull out option. It's kind of just like a flaps open in that angle. Not a fan of these base wheels. I prefer like an all gloss black 2021 setup. Not sure if these are the base. So just making our way through the front styling. They did go back to the kidney grills, kind of similar to previous generations. I do like this look better. This part is a little weird with how it breaks it up. But one thing is there's this sensor kind of in the middle. I guess it's the radar. That just looks like kind of like a license plate holder. I wish they would have kept that down into the center here or on one of the sides like the G80 did, so the grills would be kind of independent and look more uniform. So they also do light up as well on the outer side. Again, the back is really wide, aggressive looking. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with the design. I don't think it's anything weird. We did see some leaks from the past months that people have mocked up, and this is pretty much on par with what they have mentioned. So it's making our way through other angles. You can see you got the carbon roof right here with the mirrors. It's more of a luxury saloon, but they did make it aggressive as well. I'll put up the video that BMW displayed, kind of two halves to the tail, the angel and the devil verse. So if you want to get into the aggressive driving setup, you can, and as well as you can just daily it for comfort. So it's really nice. We'll get into the interior, make our way. Going back here, I just missed this. They added the M5 emblem on the Hofmeister kink of the rear doors. Standard BMW badging. We got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 cylinders, as you guys can see, so it's V8 for sure. Now we'll make our way into the interior and show you some of the upgrades there. So we do have the similar flat bottom steering wheel to all the newer vehicles now. I definitely like that more than the previous circular design. We do have the red stripe, kind of this 2-split design here. But a few of the reviews and comments are suggesting that the paddles are plastic and not like the G8X, kind of that heavier feel and design. And also there's no carbon in the center and the sides right there, so that's kind of cheaping out a little bit for their premium 4-door luxury saloon. What I do like is the ambient lighting that goes around. It also does kind of a startup animation where it just does the stripes and things. As you guys can see here, the tricolors as well. The screen, they do look like they kind of moved it more to the center, or maybe it's just kind of because it's wider, but you still do get that display angle look, and it's definitely more grown on me and just seems more fitting for the vehicle as well. This two-tone leather setup is definitely interesting. Even though I do have Kailami orange in my car, this part seems a little too black and just offsets it. So I'd rather have all black with maybe some Kailami or other color stitching rather than this setup. But I'm sure people will like it. They just like interesting things. It sets it apart as well. So the center console, you do lose the shifter similar to the M340. It's kind of this like knob right there, and then the start button and the rest of the buttons still remain in the center, as you can see. So we do have the volume controls there and a few things, as well as the settings and start stop. Now let's jump into the UK configurator so we can see more of the options in detail, and then I'll show you guys how I would spec one if I were to order one. So in euros, it's about 111,000, which I guess equates to close to 120 US. So as you can see right here, it's standardly equipped. I'm gonna go ahead and modify a few things and give you guys a walkthrough. So the standard, you can see right here, just a similar white design. So there is no competition yet. I don't know why that is. Also similar to the M2, there's no competition. Maybe they're straying away for that and just jumping to the CS and the standard. But this definitely has all the characteristics and options of a competition, so it's more so of a naming thing. So we do have 20 and 21 standard, the adaptive headlights, so no more laser lights like I was saying. You do get iDrive 8.5 as well, standard. Bowers and Wilkins standard. I believe that was a 3,000 to 4,000 option on the F90, so just having that already included is definitely a saver, and from everyone I've had and heard experiences of, this is definitely something to consider optioning. So it's nice they gave a more premium sound system compared to the Harman Kardon, which isn't that great. So you also do get the MZFA transmission, suspension, diff. This is all-wheel drive as well, and you do have the option to change it to rear-wheel drive, similar to the F90 and the G80 as well. So making our way down, we do have, I guess, 9 colors right here with Brooklyn Gray, Marina Bay Blue. Looks really nice, one of my favorites actually. Carbon Black, kind of gives it a blue tint, which isn't bad, kind of more tanzanite looking. This looks new, Sophisto Gray. Isle of Man, Fire Red, I believe is new too compared to Toronto. One of my favorites, obviously, Black Sapphire. Individual Storm, this looks different for sure. Don't know if it's too gray, we'd have to see more pictures. But all the press release have been showing this individual frozen deep gray, so I would pick that option probably. Then making our way to the wheels, these look more like similar to the base wheels, they're sort of the free option. Then you can go to the 2021's 951 LM. And then lastly, you can go to the alloy light wheels. I'd prefer this one since it's more all black and the 2021 setup is nice. So making our way to the interior, you can get black as standard, definitely goes with everything as well. So if we can see what else they have to change. And it looks like merino leather is finally a standard option on these cars since the M5 is a premium model. Kyalami looks a little out of place to me on this since it's more luxury. I'm opting towards the red, I would say, or probably the black. I think I'll go red to spice it up a little. Next, you definitely got to get the carbon interior trim. It's worth the extra money. Having the aluminum and the fine wood is more luxury looking, but we want to go with carbon to match the rest of the car. So there is an ultimate pack I see here, which has the Alcantara headliner. I believe that was standard before, so it looks like an option now. Driving Assist Professional, that kind of does the auto driving and stuff like that, you guys can see here. Front, rear, and heated seats, definitely a must. Looks like they kind of did a capacitive touch display right here with 2 USB-C ports, which is nice. Carbon ceramic brakes, definitely a baller spec you guys want to have. Exterior carbon roof, M driver's package. This basically increases the speedometer to that 190 I was saying earlier, and so forth. Parking assistant professional. Looks like now they added in that BMW app, you can control the car, remote control, and reverse systems and so forth. So something more luxurious to have. Then we have the sunshades in the rear. Here also travel and comfort, you can see it has a USB-C port so you can hold the iPads and things mounted up. And then lastly, the ventilated seats. So 20K for Euro is definitely more in the US, but the main things usually carbon ceramics are about 8,500. A roof could be anywhere 2,000 to 3,000. So that already alone is almost 12,000 of the options. And then another 8,000 or so if you were to get all these other options. So it's definitely pricey, but something that I think if you're gonna have an F90, you're already spending a lot. So definitely worth getting as well. So as it sits, it's looking at 135 euros, which I think is closer to 150, probably 160s out the door with tax tags. Definitely up there, almost twice as much as the G80 started at. But even a well-equipped G80, you're looking at around 100,000. So this is about give or take 40,000 more. So let me know what you guys think. Is it worth the money to go switch from a G80 or switch from an F90? We'll have to see based on the weight and driving experience if it's really worth it or not. I'm curious to get behind the wheel or at least check it out once it hits dealers and post my thoughts further. So comment down below, what are your thoughts on the G90? Do you think it's gonna perform really well given the weight and the hybrid system with the power? or so forth. I'm excited to hear your thoughts, and as always, Sandeep M3 out.